Yes, we're really cutting the new Art Morrison frame. Hold on a second, Michael. So it's day 11 of our updates on Larry's Motiv8r project. It's October 5th now. And we were going to sand the car and get it ready for buffing, but the car's a little tender after being painted just 12 hours ago. So we're going to go ahead and get the subframe, firewall, frame connectors all painted today so that we can go ahead and get the bed liner on the bottom of the car tomorrow. We've got to relocate this brace in the frame. It's right in the way of our intercooler tubing. So Michael's going to be cutting this out real quick, move it back a few inches. It's not going to hurt a thing. Just get it out of our way so when we get to our plumbing on the intercooler later, we can get her done. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. So the pretty hood is now ugly again. We wet sanded it with 600. We're getting it ready to re-clear it. We blocked it with 600 to block away the paint lines that we have here. And we're also laying out the Motiv8r script that's going to go on the hood. I want to thank our friend Pete from Competition Specialties for sending us the stencil here, and it's going to help us to duplicate it just like the rendering. So we're going to spray that with some silver base here in a few minutes, and then later on we'll clear coat it and make it all shiny again. See you then. We're just going to shoot this Motiv8r in with real low pressure with the gun choked down, so we're getting very little material and very little of the resin and just the actual paint, so we don't make it real thick. Then after this dries, we'll come back and we'll unpaper it and we'll pick this out. So we're multitasking today. In the meantime, while I'm spraying the Motiv8r script on the hood, Andrew's over here. He's starting with 1000 grit right now to sand the clear perfectly smooth. And it's hard to see, but he'll do some 1000 grit and then 1500, and then move on up to 2500, and then use a 3000 Trizac paper, a soap impregnated paper, to get it real slick. So we'll quit sanding here in a little bit. Andrew's going to have to go to school, so we're going to stop and spray this subframe so it can dry overnight, and we'll come back to sanding tomorrow. We put the fenders outside. You can see how this color is going to come to life. I don't know how good this is going to show in the video, but it has got some razzle dazzle to it. Color is just absolutely fascinating. So really happy with the color choice. And there's the deck lid. It's been sanded today also. It's getting ready for its new clear coat. Go around here and see if we can see what one of these doors looks like. I don't know how good that's going to show up on the video. Just a stunning silver. As I said, we're multitasking. Dave's working on the inner fender well project and doing the final finish work on those for me now, just the final shaping and smoothing of them. We're hoping that this afternoon we can go ahead and prime these things up with a few coats of 2K primer. Then we'll sand and polish that 2K primer, sand it with 1000 grit and polish it just like it's a body part, and then we'll go ahead and wax it up, and then tomorrow we'll make a mold of it. So we should do the priming today, the sanding and buffing of them tomorrow, and make the mold tomorrow also. And then maybe as soon as Wednesday I could go ahead and make a part. That's probably a little bit too early for the mold, but we should be able to pull that off. A little bit more multitasking. We're going in 100 directions at once here. Michael's working on the tail pipes. What we're going to do is we're going to TIG weld these up, grind these smooth, and then we're going to send these out and have them digitized and have them made into one-piece tailpipes. And these will be tailpipes that'll fit all of our Prodigy bars, air bars, G bars, with either shock waves or with coil-over shocks, either one, with just a notch tank, either a notch factory tank or something like a Rick's tank. So this is going to be a neat little add-on part for us, and we've got these fitting perfect. We'll get these out of here today, and hopefully we'll have the new one-piece ones back here in just maybe a couple weeks. Okay, so we're getting the firewall and the frame ready. Michael's wiping it down for me with some RM900 and making sure there's no handprints or no grease. And then I'll be crawling under and shooting the frame and come up and shoot the firewall, get all that nice in satin black. We're going to use RM's 804 matte black. Real nice urethane is going to give us just exactly the sheen we're looking for, kind of a semi-flat, semi-gloss black look, kind of a matte black. So we'll get this thing shot, and then after that we'll get the hood and a couple pieces laid out and re-clear the carbon fiber pieces too later. All right, so Michael got the tailpipes done. They're going to be pretty hot. The front clip is drying down now. It'll dry down to a little bit more of a matte black, but you can see it's going to look really nice. That was really kind of a touch-up coat on the frame. The frame had already been sprayed back underneath, so this way we get a nice clean job on everything. So we got that done today, and Dave got the wheel wells plugs and primer. Those things are looking real nice. They're going to be pretty darn cool. So tomorrow we'll sand these. I think we're going to have to sand them and re-prime them again. But we still might be able to think about popping a mold by the end of the day. If not, we'll go to Wednesday. No rush on these, but they look killer. So that's it for today. That's plenty of work. We'll see you tomorrow.